Okay, so we're doing, like, Avengers versus X-Men?
Yeah, and Avengers versus X-Men. That sounds good.
I'm in there first. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. How do I get in? Okay. I think this button is like put in a quarter, basically.
What? Why would you put in a quarter? You just gotta swipe the little card thing. That's how it works in arcades, and I thought this was arcade mode.
I mean, it didn't used to be swiping a card. It used to be putting in a quarter, or I mean, I guess. Gillian, do you need me to explain how arcades used to work?
Yes. I want to know how arcades used to work.
Okay. Well, first I gotta pick my Avengers. All right. Captain America. Who else is it? I guess.
Spider-Man. Aww.
I mean, he's an Avenger, but he wasn't
Hulk.
traditionally one of the main Avengers. Hulk was.
Oh, do
definitely
Iron Man.
Okay, I think he's down there. That's War Machine. That's an X-Man.
Oh, I should have done Gambit. See?
All right, Iron Man works. Okay, so don't forget to block. Don't forget to jump and attack.
Yeah.
But
I beat you so hard last time.
I know. So anyway, so when I go into an arcade now, like usually at the boardwalk, sometimes at the mall, I kind of get like an iPhone meets hi-fi stereo meets hotel lobby vibe. And the arcades are packed with what are called like redemption games and merchandisers. Redemption games are the ones that give you tickets, and merchandisers are those ones where if you get a jackpot, you can win some kind of like stuffy or prize or something.
Ooh, I love prizes.
Yeah, I know you love prizes. They even have like really expensive ones now, like iPhones and stuff, which I think just speaks to the minuscule probability that you're ever going to actually win.
No!
Haha.
Okay, well, Rogue is my ace, so I'm gonna beat you now.
All right. So anyway, so arcades back when I was a teenager were like dimly lit and packed with arcade games, and they may even have had like a funny arcade game kind of smell. There were just rows and rows of these like basically identically sized game machines, all making their beeps and chirps and sonic booms and finish hymns. And you could like walk down the aisle and see some really new, exciting ones you've never seen before, and also the ones that have been there for like 10 or 15 years. Somewhere in there you'd run across the ones that were there when you were prime gaming age, and those would be the ones you're really good at. Like, when I was playing, the older games were like Tron and Donkey Kong and Pitfall and Pac-Man.
I went to Tron in Disney World.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's definitely like a reboot. Tron is real old. The newer games when I was playing were like Outrun and Street Fighter 2 and Top Skater and House of the Dead. Those are the ones that like were really like rad and was really like excited about. So anyway, back then the real payoff was just playing the game, you know. Sometimes it was exciting because you're good at it. You could compete against other kids. Sometimes it was exciting because the game was full of characters that you were really into, like the X-Men or the Ninja Turtles. Or even The Simpsons, and sometimes.
I've never played this guy before.
Yeah, wait, who are you're? Yeah, he's a very interesting character. You should look up his backstory sometime.
Okay.
Ow. So, sometimes the game would be really unusual or intense, like a game where you actually stood on a skateboard or rode a motorcycle or rode in the cockpit of a mech.
That doesn't really sound that intense.
Regardless, you generally paid with quarters or tokens.
Oh,
so,
no. Oh, wait, what's a token?
A token? Yeah, a token is basically just like a fake quarter that you buy with a real quarter. At least when I started gaming, the normal games were a quarter, and the really good ones were 50 cents. And it wasn't until I was a late teenager that some of that started to go up to like $1, and that seemed really expensive.
So, do you miss that?
I mean, of course I miss the old arcades. You're always going to miss things from when you were young, but it also really numbs my brain trying to think of the way the economics around this has changed. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy some of these games where you just hit a button and a wheel spins and then you can get 10 or 25 or 50 or 100 tickets. Or for that matter, some of these games where you have 10 seconds to pick up a Pokemon with a limp grabber arm. But, like, the value proposition there is way different than when I was a kid. The value proposition is like you pay a lot more, like often a buck or $2 or $4, because you're paying with a card and you don't really get to feel the money leave your hand. And the actual game cycle is super short. You spend less time and less excitement and mental energy and skills, which you used to use to win those battles. And what you're really doing these days is just feeling a little bit of space between putting your money in one machine, sometimes a lot of money, and getting something at the end. Usually way less valuable than the money you put in at the beginning. And because of the anticipation of the prize, and because of being able to count up your credits, you can really fixate on how much money equivalent payout you're getting out of those machines. It works out a lot better for the arcades, which is why these games have replaced all the classic arcade cabinet type games. But it's worth keeping in mind that this system is way more like gambling, which basically puts small incremental real numbers at the beginning and some sort of like hypothetical excitement of getting something at the end.
So does that mean I'm a junior gambler?
Yeah, I mean, I am concerned about that sometimes. Anyway, it uses that little in-between space to just pump you as much as you can and soak as much money out of your pocket through your card as possible. And then at the end, gives you as little as they can without making you feel like you just completely wasted every cent. Anyway, when we talk about new arcades, it's worth pausing to think about, like, why is gambling addictive? And why is it something that we need to create these warnings and social structures around to make sure that it doesn't just
walking backwards.
exploit? Yeah, backing up. Turtling. It's called turtling.
Turtling?
And to make sure it doesn't just exploit people's biases and siphon tons of money out of them based on their addictions. Because arcades are inching a little bit closer to that compared to when I was a kid. Back then, with $5, you could at least beat the computer 1 or 2 times and then get beaten by another player. Beaten by another player who was really impressive and maybe even seemed to kind of deserve it. So, anyway, maybe some other time we can talk about like all the history, the arcade crashes and pinball machines and home consoles, and the equally awesome phenomenon of couch gaming and LAN parties and all those other things that are all connected to the world of social gaming. But for right now, you know, new arcades, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think the ball drop game.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool and addictive because I play that one a lot too. I also play the one where you bang on the big piano keys a lot. I like that one.
I like that one.
I just like banging as fast as I can. Bang, 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 bang.
All the prizes are really expensive now. Like, you need like 400,000 points just to get like a piece of candy.
I suppose. I mean, back when I was a kid, there were no good prizes at all.
No one.
But anyway, it's evolving. You know, there's some arcades with good arcade machines still. So you
won both the games today. I guess you are good.
Shh! Don't tell anyone.